Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a school organization and tips video. These are all the things that I do to stay organized throughout the school year. I sort of do it when I'm not in school as well, but obviously some things are different, so for the most part these can be applied to anyone all year round, but I thought it would be especially helpful for this time of year. These are all the tips that I find helpful. I consider myself a pretty organized person, and my friends always make fun of me because I'm really organized. Like, I have a lot of, I don't know, I always mark stuff in like my agenda and stuff, and they make fun of me. So I could maybe help some of you guys with organizing your stuff for the school year. So I made a list of all the things that I find helpful for myself, and I'm going to go ahead and share them with you. So my first tip is to use an agenda. This is the thing that my friends always make fun of me for, because I'm like constantly writing little things in my agenda like, do this, do that. I actually have two agendas, which makes it sound even worse, and they match. They're both from Target. This is the tiny one. It's the Blue Sky Distribution 5x8 weekly monthly planner, and then this is the bigger one. I don't have the sticker on the back of this one, but this one I keep at home, and I put all of my work stuff in here, my babysitting stuff, YouTube stuff, any of that that's not really related to school, I will put in this agenda, and I just keep it on my desk, and I constantly mark things in there just to stay on top of stuff, like appointments and stuff like that as well. And then this one I take with me to school, and I put all of my school related things in here as well. So I don't have much in here yet because I just started school a couple days ago, but for example, on the monthly calendar, I'll put down, like if I have an assignment or something, or right here I wrote first day of school. Here, this is when my fall schedule for work begins. Just stuff like that, any important dates. That's what I do for the monthly part. And then for the daily part, what I will do is write down any homework that I have. So right now, the course I'm in, first period is Writer's Craft, so I put Writer's Craft project due Monday. I'm also taking data, so I put down the questions that I have to do. I'm taking food and nutrition, so I put down that there's a quiz for that tomorrow. So each day I just fill in whatever it is that I need to do for homework that day, and I also put any important school things that I have going on that day. So I just find that really helpful to stay on top of things, especially homework assignments and due dates. One thing that I find even more helpful when writing stuff down is to color code, and I use two different kinds of color pens. These ones are Bic Shimmers, and I really like those. They come in 4 colors, pink, blue, it looks like yellow but it's green, and a purple. And then these are the Pentel pens. The RSVP, I don't know what they are. Let's see, RSVP medium point pens. I don't know. This one doesn't actually belong, but there's a purple, pink, green, blue, black, orange, and red. And so I have my own color coding system for all of the things that I write down in my agenda. And I wrote it out so I could tell you guys which ones I use things for. The purple one I use for anything school related, so any assignments that I have due on a day, a test, I'll write it in purple. If there is no school that day, I'll write it in purple. Anything like that. For pink, I use pink to write down YouTube stuff, so if I plan on putting up a certain video one day, then I'll write it in this color. If I plan on filming a certain day, then I'll write it in this color. Anything that's related to YouTube is pink. Blue is work related because I'm a lifeguard, so when I think of blue, I think of water. So I write down any of my shifts. And then red I use for something that's really important. Like, don't forget to do this. I write it in red so it stands out. And then orange I just use for like birthdays and stuff. So you can figure out whatever colors you want to use, whatever sort of color coding system you want to use. It doesn't matter, but that's the one that I use, and I just use that in my agendas to help me stay on top of stuff. My third tip is to plan out your outfit the night before. I know sometimes you can spend a long time in the morning picking out your outfits. I used to do that, and it just takes up like I could spend a good 20 to 30 minutes picking an outfit, especially on a day when I kept changing my mind. So if I just planned it out the night before and laid out, then that's what I'm going to wear and I don't change my mind. It takes me like 5 minutes to get dressed and then I'm done. You should definitely check the weather though the night before, because sometimes I don't and then I have to pick a new outfit. So but planning your outfit the night before definitely helps you save time, and so does packing your lunch the night before if you eat lunch at school. It's also, I don't know, if I don't pack my lunch the night before and then I pack it the day of, I usually grab more packaged foods because it's quicker. So usually if I pack it the night before, I have a healthier lunch. And my final tip for this part of the video is make to-do lists. And I am a person who makes to-do lists about everything. I've used up entire notebooks just for to-do lists. I'm such a list person. Basically what I do is, and I do this in my agenda that I keep at home, on the daily section, I will take sticky notes, and on the sticky note, I'll just write everything that I have to do that day, even if it's just simple stuff, and then I cross it off as soon as I get it done. So let's see. For today, I had pick up photos because I ordered some photos, buy scrapbook pages because I'm starting a new scrapbook, film video, go running, and wash makeup brushes. So those are all the things that I had to do that day. And even if it's more important stuff like finish French project or go to doctor's appointment, just stuff like that, it helps you stay on top of everything and it makes it pretty hard to forget stuff. I also like to make those the night before just because if there's anything that I know I have to do that day, no matter what, then that way it's written down and there's no possible way I can forget. It's just my favorite way to stay on top of things and make sure that I get things done. Now, for the next part of the video, I have a couple more tips, 3 more tips. They're not necessarily organizational tips, but I find them tips that make me more successful in school. So the first one I thought of is to do your homework as soon as you get home. And I used to procrastinate so much. I would do it like 9:30 at night, and then I would be so frustrated and upset that I left it that late, especially if I didn't understand it. So just do it as soon as you get home, and then you have the rest of your night to do whatever you want to do, and you don't have to think about it anymore. My second tip is to ask help when you need it. I find this because I'm terrible at math. If I don't ask help like right away when I need it, then I just keep getting worse and worse and worse throughout the semester. So if I just go to the teacher at the beginning, then it wouldn't be such a problem. And I know sometimes it can be like intimidating to go up to the teacher and be like, I don't understand any of the lesson that you taught me yesterday. But for the most part, teachers are pretty understanding. I know I've had like my fair share of teachers who just didn't help at all. And in that case, you can always get a tutor or a friend to help you out. Just make sure that you're understanding stuff while you're doing it, and that way you don't have to go back and try and relearn the whole semester like what I had to do last year, and that was just awful. That was why I had like no videos last fall, because I had to go and relearn all of my math. And my third tip is to make school your priority. This might be different for you depending on what else you have going on in your life. Maybe your family is your priority right now, or maybe your job is. It could be different, but for me, since I'm in my final year of high school, I decided this year I'm going to make school my absolute priority. I'm going to try and do as much homework I can in advance, try and get all my projects done right away, not procrastinate, and just try to do my absolute best that I can. So those were all of my tips for having a successful and organized school year. I hope these help some of you guys. If you have any tips for me, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.